So that was embarrassing for the Colts. That was no good. Oh my God, it's insane to think about what happened. I'm not gonna like go into it like super in depth, I guess, because if you're here and you're watching this, then you probably watch other people and they're gonna also talk about it. So it just doesn't like what I'm gonna say isn't gonna do a whole lot for you. But goddamn, that was rough. Yeah, I'm just telling you. So like I watched the whole game. I missed a little bit in the middle, but who cares? It was like their first touchdown drive. Doesn't matter. There being the Vikings. But the Colts blew a 33-point lead, which has never happened before. And it's something that during the game, like I was watching with my mom, and I was like, it's not over. At halftime, I was like, we got the formula here for a comeback because you got a good team playing way above their means and a bad team. No, hold up. A bad team playing well below their means. No, I did it again. Holy Jesus Christ. That was way too loud. I'm sorry. You have a bad team playing well above their means and a good team playing well below their means. I did it. I got it. And like when that happens, there's a possibility that a switch gets flipped and the good team starts playing at or above their means and a bad team starts playing at or below their means. And I got right there too. I'm killing it now. But because those things can like happen, that's the formula for it. And we were nervous about it. At halftime, we were like, we're gonna keep watching and we're not gonna entirely divert our attention. And that was fair. And it's as a person who is a Colts fan, because I live in Indianapolis, and a Vikings hater because I'm a Packers fan. God damn, I was invested into this game. I really wanted the Vikings to lose. And it's very sad that they did not lose. I'm really sad about it because people are going to look at this and go, but they're not frauds, even though they now have a plus 2 point differential when they have won 11 games. Plus 2. It's 2. My optimal world, right? Optimal world that's realistic is that the Green Bay Packers pull enough together and make the playoffs, right? I want to make it as the 7th seed. Because if we make it as the 7th seed, we will be playing the Minnesota Vikings, hopefully, in the first round of the playoffs. Maybe not, hopefully. Hopefully. And I want to kill him. I want to kill him dead. Kill him stone dead. We're going to then have to play the Eagles, and we're probably going to lose that game, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. But if we have the opportunity to play the Vikings again in the playoffs, oh my God, it'll be beautiful because they're frauds. The Vikings are frauds. I don't care. And they have always been frauds. It's and then something that I've seen is like interaction between Packers and Vikings fans on Twitter, where a Vikings fan will go, "But you guys were frauds in 2019," and it's like, yeah, we were frauds, and we knew that. Oh, I almost fell down. We were frauds. We knew we were frauds, and like we went to the NFC Championship game, and we're like, well, we don't think we're gonna win this game, but we're hoping we win this game. It isn't about like because regardless, the Vikings are a good team. Them being a good team or them being frauds does not mean that they can't also be a good team. It just means that they're not a team that's worthy of having 11 wins 15 weeks into the season. They're not that kind of team. They could end with 13 or 14 wins, and that's not fair, I think, to everybody. But again, neither were the Packers in 2019. But regardless, we got to the championship game, and we were like, we have a shot. Because the Vikings are a good team, they have a shot. Just because they're fraud doesn't mean they don't have a chance. It just means that they are not anywhere near as good as their record indicates. So, yeah, Jeff Saturday got to go. He got to go right now. Jeff Saturday's got to get out. Matt, I'm also like with the Colts, it's super weird because as embarrassing as a loss as that was, it isn't like harmful to, I don't know, maybe that's not true. It's on paper not harmful to the team. I remember I was listening to the JJ Redick podcast, and he was talking to Donovan Mitchell, and they were talking about when they lost to the Clippers in not last season but the year before in the playoffs when they were up 2-0, then blew the next 4 games and lost the series. And he was like, that broke the team. The team was broken. After that point, like, we couldn't come back. You know? Like, they were like, this core is never winning anything because it's just broke. You know? And I'd be willing to believe that this loss broke the Colts. This team isn't going to win. And that we're going to have to... So Matt Ryan's obviously gone next year, hopefully. Ballard's probably gone. Saturday's definitely gone. But I don't know if the team is going to need any more than that to be gone. But they've got to be gone because that shit breaks you. That will destroy you as a team and as a people. Like every time you do like that loss in the Super Bowl broke Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan was broken from that point. He won MVP, and then he was pretty bad for the rest of his career. Not bad, but he wasn't great. But he went from being an MVP quarterback to like a good quarterback to being fine to being bad. And like he didn't go from MVP to great to good. Like he skipped great and went to good, and then immediately was in fine. Like it broke him. Which like I get, and like I was talking to my dad, and I was like, you could not pay me to be or It was like you couldn't pay me to take that like what's happening here, and I was frozen and back. I said that you could pay me to take like the backlash for it. You couldn't pay me to take the backlash for something that I also cared about. Like that's the problem is that like I love football, and if I was Matt Ryan, I don't know if I can handle it. I think we also came to the conclusion that we think that Matt Ryan should retire. You think he should just go. Not like because he's bad, but for his own safety. Like you can't do, like what are you gonna do? Like oh god, it's horrible. And the Vikings kind of got screwed in that game, but they won anyway, so it isn't a big deal. But good God, that was Jesus God, horrible. Moving on, that Dolphins-Bills game was fun. That was a fun game with some questionable calls, but it was a fun game. There's one questionable call, and by call I mean no call. That Tyreek Hill play that he should have gotten PI on. Whatever. Fun-ass game, though. Fun-ass game, which reinvigorated my belief in the Dolphins. I lost some faith in the Dolphins for a little bit after that Niners game and then the Chargers game. The Niners game wasn't that big of a deal because the Niners defense, they kind of just do that to people. But the Chargers game, that I lost some confidence after that game. But now it's back, which is good for the Dolphins, bad for me personally because we play the Dolphins next week. Packers do. And if we lose that game, we're effectively out of the playoffs. By effectively, I mean nearly entirely, I think. No, but concerning. Because right now the Packers is not that unlikely. We need to beat the Rams. We need to win out. Let's assume we win out. We need Washington. I almost called them their old name. We need Washington to lose 2 of their next 3, and we need the Seahawks to lose 1 more, and we're in the playoffs. I am freezing up so much. I got to fix that. But we're like in the playoffs at that point, which is why I'm like, maybe we're not dead. Maybe we're not dead, which is surprising. I thought we were dead. I thought it was over. But maybe we're not. On paper, it's probably going to be better for us to not make the playoffs. But if we make the playoffs, I think that like reinvigorates Rodgers a little bit. It like shows the team that they can do it. Because the problem is that if they just lose and then we lose more and we lose some more, then we're like, oh, God, this team sucks. And a lot of people are going to lose some energy with it, especially a lot of people who were there for when we were winning. If we can pull together and make the playoffs, then, like, the team can go into next year thinking about this season as, like, the season where we kind of had to gel again. Because we lost Devontae and we lost some other pieces and people were injured. Not to say that other people don't have injuries, but like you can look at this season thinking that. So the next year we'll go into it with more energy and like a better team on paper, also with a better mindset going into it. So that was there. The rest of the day I kind of didn't care about. Brady fucked up, and that was fantastic. I loved that game. That was fun. And Yeah, that was mostly it. Not the Patriots. Oh no, the Patriots. That was horrible, and that was so funny. And there's not anything to say about it because if you've seen it, you've seen it. If you haven't, you haven't. But it was fucking hilarious. Why do you do that? It's like they did it on purpose. It's like they gave up on purpose. Oh, it was really funny. That's all I got.